So hello everyone. Today again one of the another PMP success story, and Vandita is with us, and she has done PMP I think 24 hours before. I think somewhere during that time, and we would like to ask and explore some of her exam preparation journey. But before we talk about PMP exam, Vandita, why don't you tell about your background? What motivated you to do PMP and like the story behind PMP?
Okay, thank you, Saket, for the opportunity. So I'm actually into information technology. I've worked as a business analyst and a QA and a project coordinator for a long time. But apart from that, I've been doing some volunteering work for a not-for-profit organization. And I've been doing this for almost, I'll say, 12 years now. And in the process of that, I have done a lot of projects where in my particular area, I have recruited, trained, and mentored around 700 people. And this was not an IT project, but this was a non-IT project, and this was, as I said, for not-for-profit. So while in my journey, I've noticed that, this interaction, being with people, being a team player and all, it was it motivated me that I could be a good, leader in terms of motivation and to inspire people to do the work. So I wanted to carry it forward because all my IT roles were not leadership oriented. They were only, just very much role specific to what you have to do. So then I thought, okay, let me take PMP and see how I can sharpen my skills.
Good. And I can see the new PMP exam at least is more and more focused on the people. It's more about leading. Yeah, it's less on managing part. And the process is still there, but the leadership and influencing and working with people, resolving conflicts, developing people is taking the major chunk. And your business analysis experience is also becoming important nowadays because PMI is also focusing on the business domain. So they do want the project managers to understand the overall business rather than just focusing on, I have a risk, I need to just maintain it, I need to make a report. It's just not administrative part of project management, but the leadership part of the project management is also important. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Good. So when you were preparing for this PMP exam, like how was your preparation approach? Like what kind of process you followed?
So what I did was, so basically to begin with, I'll tell you the two challenges I had. So let's begin like that. So I have realized I've graduated long time back. I don't, college days are long gone. So I'm not used to studying the books. So the thing is that I don't have a focused reading capability, and I feel I don't have a good memory power, right? So what I did to overcome this challenge was, like everyone says, do not try to remember or memorize the concepts. So what I did was, this is a very easy approach I took, which I think if anybody who has similar challenge can follow. I went through your PMBOK videos, and whenever I was going through them, I played it against, I got the gist of what you were trying to say. I captured the concept. And then what I did was, all of us have one project in our life that we are very passionate about, that we all worked in. Either, we wanted to play a very good role, or we had a very good leader, or you were a leader or something. So I tried to associate everything with that project. Oh, lessons learned. I know I was writing on paper that, be careful with this procurement next time. I didn't know that this is something called lessons learned, right? And there was something called, and also for a long time as a business analyst, I was so confused between scope and requirements. What is that fine line between them? These things, oh, this is what it is. Good. So these are the things, yeah.
Great. So I really liked your approach, and I think I have been trying to explain people that when you start seeing the project management in your way of working, sometimes you may not have an opportunity to lead or run the show, but you might be observing someone doing it. And if you can say, okay, this is what is happening, this is the requirement management happening here, this is the prioritization happening here, this is procurement happening here, this is the risk management happening here, then you can feel the project management. And then I feel that the real need of doing PMP also get resolved rather than just earning the certificate by memorizing something. So you improve your project management skills because that goes into the better understanding of what the project management is all about. Yeah.
Actually, Saket, and the other one point I wanted to also make was, if you divide this whole PMP into two sections, the process part and the soft skills part, because now the PMI is emphasizing on the soft skills. So when you read about, leadership qualities like dictatorship, you immediately recall that one leader who was trying to dictate you in a project. And then you recall, leaders and motivators like you yourself, who are trying to motivate people that, yes, you're good, you know what you're doing, come on, you can do it, empowering people. So you have to, what I feel is you have to every time relate what you're studying, and then your memorization is no longer a problem for the exam.
Good. This is a new tip. Yeah, even I would like to share with my other participant and whoever is listening to this video. So I usually think that the relationship thing was more important when it comes to processes alone. When I am making a risk register, I'm writing a report or doing communication. But thanks to Vandita, now I can also relate to. It can also help us in relating the soft skills and people management skills, like who was the person who was developing you, how they developed you, how they assessed your capability, what kind of a feedback they did, when you got mentored, when you got coached, and how was the difference between coaching and mentoring you felt as a receiver, and how many times you got trained, and then you organized training for others, and you saw overall trainings happening and how those things were impacting the project execution, what happened when the new guy joined in, and relating those people aspect as well in the execution space. I think that can help you to get some good understanding for people space as well. Yeah, good. That's a very important advice. Yeah. Any advice for agile way of working? So we got advice for process in a way, we got a people, and anything on the agile way of working.
What I would say is that agile way of working. Well, I took this PMP exam itself, the project itself, in an agile way. So start, if you don't have any experience with agile, think also, watch your agile videos and read the textbook once, and then take this whole exam in agile approach. I did it in an incremental way, so basically iterative, I would say, and incremental. So whatever I would read, so I have my book, that's why I'm referring to you all the time. So what I would do is that every time I read through a chapter, I'll go and take the assessment just for the chapter. Did it like a couple of times just to assess that, oh, I'm good, let me move on, like that. So it also gives you some kind of confidence. So take it piece by piece, do it chunks by chunks. There is some value added. You look into your reports and you see, okay, I'm developing. You get some. So I would say start like that for agile way of doing.
Good. So what I'm getting is, especially for the people who are not exposed to pure agile way of working, and they have been working in a baseline scope and baseline time and baseline cost and variance space, which is a predictive life cycle space. So what advice I'm picking from you is, one, understand agile. So with content which they have, in case if you are our student, we give you a lot of content for pre-recorded agile videos as well. So you watch them, prepare and create a foundation of it, study about agile, and then start relating your PMP project in the agile way of doing. Because it's difficult to baseline the project schedule in the beginning itself. You can't say that this is the date I will go give a PMP when I'm starting it. Cost, maybe a little bit, but there could be a variances. There could be a variances, and the requirement definitely changes, because it all depends upon which area you are doing good, which area you are not doing good, and you are expected to do incrementally prepare and continuously do retrospective about what is working and what is not working. So you need to change your approach. So if you start looking at your PMP approach as well in the agile way, so you have a set of things to do, you are doing it chunk by chunk, you have some business values coming out, and then you are retrospecting on it, you are learning from others' experience, lesson learned. So you watch others' videos who have done PMP, and that can help you to relate and understand the PMP part.
True.
Good. So, so we looked into the agile way, we looked into the people domain, we also looked into the process domain. Any other specific advice you want to give to people who might be worried about giving PMP exams? So, like what they should do?
See, I will. So as I said about two techniques, that is, to overcome your challenges, relate everything what you're doing to the people and the projects. The second you can do is what I did, Saket, was I was showing to a few of my classmates. My room was filled with sticky notes before. And anytime if I went through procurement, there are 4 different kinds of contracting styles. I would just write it down quickly and just stick it onto the wall. Oh, this is a key, some keywords like that. And then when a chapter is finished, I try to do a summary of it in like 3 or 4 lines, whole scope management. For example, on the forum, you remember I had written a comparison of scope management for predictive versus agile. And then you said, no, don't compare it. Don't do it that way. So what I would say is that, make a summarization, be very active on the classroom discussions and on the forum. Because if you're a shy person, if you feel that you're wrong, it's okay. It's good to be wrong, because then, you'll have someone to correct you and say why you're wrong, to correct your thinking. So active participation in the classroom with the coach. And then on the forum, every day participate in questions. If you remember, I was asking you, messaging you, Saket, can I respond to other students as well? Because I was so motivated.
Yeah.
So that made me do a lot of research. Okay, how do I answer this? Am I correct? And that, I think, got me so engaged into this whole PMP process. And then I just went and did the exam.
Good. So what I'm picking up is that always make a summarization, make a keyword list. And see, ultimately, it is not about memorization, but at the same time, there are terms which need to be understood. So when somebody says a requirement management plan, so it is not like you can say, oh, I don't memorize, so I don't understand what is a requirement management plan. Tell me in the detail. Then you lose time while giving the PMP exam. You lose understanding the option, because when the requirement management plan is coming as an option, you should connect what it is, where it comes in. So what I'm picking up is when you finish a particular topic, make a list of the keywords, or you can say these are the, and someone may say that these are the thing or artifact or the technique which came in activation here. So you make those lists. And sometimes if that area is difficult, you may also keep it visual. So you like in a sticky note on a board, which can come. Yeah.
Actually, on that point, now that I clean my room, but right over there, behind, so that is where I sleep. And when I wake up, I have a big chart where I wrote down the ITTOs. So here I would say, like, all for for so many months, scope management, how many process does it have? Somehow I'm missing on one, and I would just turn back and then refer to that. So we are going the agile way. Visualization, visual information radiators are very important.
So that
information radiator was radiating in my room all the time.
I know. That's a very, very good technique. And the another point which you are talking about discussing on the forum. So I do understand when you ask a question to someone, you end up doing a little bit more research about it. And when it takes time to get explained to you, understand it a little better. When you try to explain someone and justify a right and wrong option, you end up thinking more about it. And that critical thinking itself may stick in you. So if say one person, and we have like 180 questions in a way. So if someone interacts to around 50 to 100 threads in the forum, maybe they get 50 to 100, those many questions right in a way, because those concepts anyway, somewhere each exam content outline task will come somewhere, and all these questions are somewhere directly indirectly related to the ECO task which we have in our syllabus, if I say it, for a PMP exam. So it makes you do research and do things in a better way.
Yeah, and I would also encourage the students to not be embarrassed to push you a little bit, because I remember I would tell you, Saket, I'm not satisfied with the answer. Can you reply more? So always like go until you understand it completely.
That's the thing. And right now, like I think because of your questions, some of the videos I created, and we are creating those incremental videos now. So that's an option available to all of our clients. So if there is a concept, and that weekly thread we started, so if we have something interesting coming in, and there is a probability if you are confused about it, then someone else might also be confused about it. You are asking, someone else might not be asking. So as an education provider, it's a benefit thing for me also, because if I clarify one person's doubt, I may clarify other people's doubt as well. A lot of people's doubt as well. And those people may raise that same question later on. So I can just share the video or a thread and say, okay, please read it here. This is something we have discussed. And in the forum, I keep doing cross-reference of various threads whenever they come in. So good advice. So if I just take a summary of your overall advices, start relating your preparation to the real world. That's one advice. And be engaged, ask question, make good use of your training time, make good use of the kind of a structure or a support system you have by way of asking questions to your instructor or by way of engaging in the discussion forum, especially for our clients, that option is always available. And that's the third thing which I'm picking up is always recap what you have prepared. And if there are areas which are critical for you, put it a visual indicator for somewhere. So you always look at them and you are clear that this is something has to be clarified, and that makes you strengthen your thoughts. Yeah, good.
Yeah, and just to add to it, always take also the advantage of not just the mentor or the coach we have, but also the students, because everybody's like-minded. I think it's very important for us to encourage each other because we are all sailing in the same boat, and sometimes group or group discussions are very important. Number one. Number two is that, as I said, during your exam journey or even after the exam, implement this PMP processes or whatever you picked up on into your daily life. Like as I said about information radiators, doing things chunk by chunk and having incremental value. That's very important way, because now you probably did it before, you know about PMP, but now you're more structured and organized in your life as well.
Perfect. And personal experiences. So one is if I take it, so do make use of a group. Yeah. So in our classes, we create multiple groups. We encourage people. So we do make a group, and you may go a class level group and a summary level small group. So we try to create two levels of groups. There's a one class level group where all the people are there, and there is a smaller group which is more a little cohesive in nature. The another point which you are saying is don't leave the PMP knowledge just here. And I believe, personally, I believe, I'm not saying it's a published thing. I have been mentoring people for PMP exam for more than 9 years now. And I have been observing even before that, many people, and I would say a good number of our students, they took PMP as just a one thing. And it was just not a preparation. It was an event rather than a preparation, which made them start believing in their learning ability, which made them start trusting that they can do and they can manage projects well. And that confidence which they got because of this preparation and relationship and doing all this helped them a lot in their career. So I'm hoping, Vandita, you also get that story still to be continued. And I do see that, I do wish that you also get that benefit of PMP rather than just only the certification. Yeah.
Yes, hope so too.
Good. So I'm done. Is there anything you want to say before we close? Yeah.
Not much, but I just would like to, I have made some notes for everyone.
Yeah.
I think we covered everything about the structure, class, and just regarding if anybody is planning to take exam from home, I would just encourage them that PMI has published an official video that they should be. It's not mandatory, but I went and watched it. It helped me a lot to prepare for an online proctoring exam. So watch that video. And the other thing is that, make sure that your computer, wherever you're sitting, the font is a little bigger, because I had eye strain because it was too small for me. And the second thing is that make sure that your software updates are not continuously doing in the background, because at one point of time you lose control of your system. And I had this software update ready to be installed, blocking my refresh button, button on the exam. So it's very important that these minor things be also taken care of.
Great advice. So watch the PMI's video. They have a page also where they are explaining what all need to be considered. Do restart your computer before, and don't have any pending updates. So keep it clean as she is explaining, because you are expected to lose the control of your laptop. So keep it as clean as possible. And good. Thank you. Nice. Yeah. Great, Vandita. Thank you.
More coaching with you in the future.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for talking and sharing your insights. Okay, bye for now. Yeah.